to Mental Fitness with Michelle. I'm Michelle. Today we're going to talk about how to make a vision board, what is a vision board, and why is it so important? Well, let's start with what is a vision board. So a vision board is a visual representation of what your outcome for your goals should look like. So if you are working out real hard and you want to have big muscles, then on your vision board you're going to show people with big muscles. Maybe they're working out, maybe you're going to show some pictures of you when you had big muscles. Maybe you're going back to a certain goal. It's possible that you would put words on that as well, like work out hard, lift harder, and maybe even some motivational quotes. Let's say you're trying to obtain something like success and it's difficult to see what exactly that looks like. Try to figure out, is that more money? Are you going to put pictures of more money? Does success look like a happy family? Does success look like this new specific position that you would like? Be as very specific as possible. If success is making $100,000 a year, then your vision board should say $100,000 a year. If it is making $100,000 in a quarter, then it should say $100,000 in a quarter. If a success is a new BMW or it's that happy, loving relationship, then it should show the marriage and the ring and all those kind of things. So why is a vision board important? Well, a vision board is important because it's a constant visual reminder of where you want to be. Have you ever watched a TV commercial and you think, oh, I really wasn't paying attention to it, but all of a sudden somebody out somewhere, they'll start the commercial and they'll say, da-da-da-da-da, and then you can finish it and you know exactly what commercial that is.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
Or somebody will say, have it your way, or whatever, and it's repetitive inside your mind, something that you didn't even know that you knew the end of, but you'd seen it so many times, you were able to just finish that because you'd seen the commercial so many times, it got programmed in your mind. That's what a vision board does. It programs something into your mind so that your subconscious starts telling your conscious to go towards that. You start seeing that as your future. Just in the same way that all of a sudden now you need to go get a hamburger because you watch so many McDonald's commercials or Burger King commercials or whatever, it's programming something in your mind. So it's very, very important to make a vision board, and that's the importance of it. So I'm going to show you some things that you need to use or gather around from around your house in order to make your own very own vision board. I moved over here so that you could kind of see what a vision board looks like. You're going to start with maybe a cork board. It can be a plain cork board. It can be a white piece of poster board. You can start pretty much with anything, and it can be as big as or small as you'd like. I would recommend at least poster board size because you're going to look at it all the time. You could frame it or not frame it depending on how long-term the goals are. If your goals are like 3 to 6 months, I say, you have a choice. If it's going to be longer than that, like maybe a year, 2 years, 5 years, you're definitely going to want to have a frame around your vision board. I start with a cork board and I put black paper on it. From there, then I start to gather all of my supplies. So you might want to gather some magazines, like here's a Smithsonian. I've got a calendar that has a bunch of destinations in it. Sometimes I grab like the Cobble magazines and I put some of those destinations in there. And then I'm just going to start looking through them for pictures that kind of tell me what it is or show me what it is that I want to do with myself. Maybe I want to be this motorcycle guy and I'm really looking forward to, doing this trick with my motorcycle, so I'm going to cut him out and put him on my board. Or maybe I want to go, my goal is to get higher education and I want to end up having a bachelor's degree while I'm here in Europe, so I'm going to cut out these guys and possibly the words. If there's places that you want to go, you have bucket list places or whatever, you might want to put the words travel here, that you want to travel on a budget maybe, or you just want to travel. Sometimes I use other things besides magazines. Sometimes I use pictures like postcards. You can use all different sorts of images off the internet. You can print those off on your computer or go down to one of the local stores and print them. But once you start getting all of your pictures and you kind of gather everything together, you're going to go ahead and adhere them to the board. So I'm going to talk about travel. I've printed out a bunch of things. I've gathered some words and I've gathered some images. So my first thing is I'm going to start my vision board with travel. And then I'm going to put my first destination that I want to put here, which is Madrid. So I'm going to put Madrid there, and then I'm going to put Dubai here. And so you can adhere whatever you would like. You can make it a one theme vision board, or you can make it multiple themes. Sometimes I'll do 4 different goals. Maybe I have a professional goal, maybe I have a family goal, I have travel or something like that goal, and I have a success or money or purchasing something, or I have another goal, maybe a personal goal, like I'm trying to write a book, or I want to paint something or create something by the end of the year. Then I'm gonna, once I start getting all of my pictures there, I'm gonna add some motivation. So this one says, a goal without a plan is just a wish. You can look up lots of motivation. You can print them out, maybe put them on something that's a little bit thicker so that when you add it to your vision board, you can see it a lot. This one I keep on, just personal for me. I'll say the better, I'll put it over here so you can see it. The better person you become, the better person you will attract. Maybe for some of us, our goal is to surround ourselves with people that motivate us and people that keep us kind of going. And that for me is a goal, just to keep positivity around me. So I always know that if I'm the one that's complaining, I'm going to surround myself with complainers. But if I'm happy and I'm positive and I'm building something and I'm motivated, then I'm going to surround myself with people. I'm going to attract people that are doing the same thing. So again, a vision board can be any goal that you would really like. I'm going to show you some examples of vision boards. And maybe through those examples, you can see something that sparks your interest, something that you would like to go for. There's just basically 5 rules when making a vision board. 1, you have to narrow down your goal. What is your goal? I want to lose 20 pounds in 30 days. Not too easy, but I want to lose 20 pounds, whatever, that's my goal. I want to eat healthier, and that's my goal. I want to win a marathon or run a marathon, that's my goal. I want to increase my income by 20%. I want to have a happy family that I'm proud of. Whatever that is, make sure that whatever your goal is, like I want to get a promotion, let's say, and I know the name and the title of the promotion. Put the name and the title of the promotion right here on your vision board. If you want to win that marathon or just run it and complete it, put the name of that marathon, put the registration form, put what it looks like to finish a marathon, put something very, very specific. Lofty goals, the vision boards that do not work are the ones that are too abstract. So number 1, you're narrowing down your goals before you start your vision board. 2, you're being very, very specific. Narrow down your goal, then be very specific as to what you want that outcome to look like. 3, motivation is key. So you're going to have some steps on there, and maybe even some like, if I get to this point in 3 months, so if I lose my first 5 pounds this month and I lose 15 pounds in 3 months, then I'm almost to my 20-pound goal. So be very, very specific on the tracking of it as well. So that way you always know when you're making an accomplishment. Number 4, put your vision board together in a way that encourages you and helps you to see what those outcomes are going to be looking like when you're finished. So, put that skinny body and keep visualizing that skinny body. You might even want to put a picture of you right here superimposed on Madrid. Maybe you cut out a little photo and you stick it on there so you can really feel like what it's going to be like when you're in Madrid. There you are. You're not technically there, but you can see it. You can see yourself there. If you're trying to make $1 million, you're holding $1 million on this vision board, right? So that's number 4. And number 5 is consult your vision board daily. See it, put it in a location that you're going to walk by a lot. Make sure that you're looking at it, review it. Even if you only spend about 90 seconds looking at it a day, it's going to ingrain in your subconscious. It's better to look about 5 minutes, maybe twice a day, 90 seconds, 3 times a day, 90 seconds, but 5 minutes is usually a really good rule of thumb to look at your vision board and just kind of reevaluate it. Now, what if you do 4 sections of your vision board and 3 of them you're like, yes, I'm really going for it and I know what I'm going to do, but one section you sort of like a month or 2 down the road, you're like, I'm not sure that that's my goal anymore. Well, that's also good because you can now change your vision board to reflect what it is that you're looking at. Maybe you got like step 1 into meeting that goal and you said, oh no, this isn't what I want, or it's going to take a lot more work than I thought it was going to take, or I have to have new skills that I'm not willing to do, or I need to make another goal. Before I can get here, I have to gain a skill, or before I can get here, I've got to figure out something. And so then you change it a little bit that says like, I want to go live in Japan, but before I live there, maybe I need to learn Japanese. And so that's your goal. So in making a vision board, just be very, very, very specific. Again, just so I can review. So you're going to gather a bunch of materials, you're going to cut everything out, and you're going to place it on your vision board. You're going to look at your vision board at least once a day, maybe 2 times a day. Try to do it at least 5 minutes. And last but not least, consult your vision board and reevaluate every few months. And that is how you make a vision board. Thank you so much for joining us on Mental Fitness with Michelle. See you next time.